Okay, thank you Sabri C. Now I know what the PMP is and how to become a PMP. But what about the exam cost and the passing score? Besides this, how much does it cost to study for the PMP exam? Can you answer these questions please? Hello there. I am Sabri C. I am the instructor of the worldwide bestseller PMP exam prep course in Udemy. Today, I will answer 3 frequently asked questions. What is the PMP exam certification fee? What is the passing score for the PMP exam? And how much does it cost to study for the exam? Let's start with the exam fee. What is the PMP exam certification fee? Well, it changes depending on if you are a PMI member or not. If you are not a PMI member, the exam fee for the PMP exam is $555. On the other hand, if you become a PMI member first and then apply for the PMP exam afterward, this time you will need to pay $405 to appear for the exam. Currently, in addition to US dollars, PMI supports euros, Brazilian real, and Indian rupee currencies. If you will make the payment by using any of these currencies, please check the PMP Handbook for the local fees. You can find the link for the PMP Handbook below. Please note that in some cases, you may need to pay taxes in addition to these prices. Don't be surprised if you see a higher price when applying for the exam. So, becoming a PMI member is not a must to apply for the exam. But the exam fee is cheaper if you are a PMI member. Although this is the case, unfortunately, PMI membership is not free. You need to pay $139 to become a PMI member. Here, $10 of this fee is the application fee and it is only paid once. I mean, if you want to continue your membership next year, you will pay $129 as the annual renewal fee. But you don't have to continue your membership after becoming a PMP. As you see, if you become a PMI member first and then apply for the exam, it will cost you $11 less compared to a non-member. But this is not the only advantage of becoming a PMI member. As you might know, the PMBOK guide and the Agile Practice Guide are the 2 major sources when studying for the PMP exam. Once you become a PMI member, you can download the PMBOK guide and the Agile Practice Guide for free. Otherwise, if you don't become a PMI member, you need to pay around $60 to $70 if you want to buy these guides. Okay, what happens if you can't pass the exam on the first try? Well, in the previous video, I talked about this. If you can't pass, you can retake the exam 2 more times during your 1-year eligibility period. If you are not a PMI member, the re-examination fee is $375. But if you are a PMI member, then you will pay $275 for re-examination. As a result, although it is not a must to become a PMI member to appear for the PMP exam, I strongly recommend you become a member first and apply for the exam afterward, because it is a lot cheaper. Alright, now let's talk about the passing score. What is the passing score for the PMP exam? Well, there is no such a passing score for the PMP exam. Let me explain this. There is a question pool like this. This question pool consists of exam questions. Some of these questions are difficult, some are easy, and some are moderate. Just before starting your exam, the software randomly pulls 180 questions from this question pool, and you will have to answer all of these 180 questions in 230 minutes. If the questions you get are mostly difficult questions, then you will need to score 60 to 65% to pass the exam. if you get mostly moderate questions, then you need to answer 65 to 70% of the questions correct. And finally, if most of the questions you get are easy questions, then you will need a score around 70 to 75% to pass the exam. Please note that these are not the scores disclosed by PMI. These are approximate values we estimated from thousands of our students' feedbacks. PMI never discloses any passing score for the PMP exam. Now, let's discuss the last question. How much does it cost to study for the exam? We are not talking about the PMP exam fee. Here, we will mention the cost for the training you take, the cost of the book you need to purchase, and etc. First of all, as you will remember from my previous video, you should sign up and complete a 35-hour project management course to apply for the exam. This is one of the requirements to apply for the exam. Here, you have various options. Your first option is signing up to a classroom training. Classroom training prices change locally. In countries like United States and Canada, you can enroll in a classroom training around $1,000 to $3,000. You may find cheaper or more expensive options based on the country you live. Your second option is enrolling in a live online course. Live English courses are around $1,000 to $2,000. Again, it is possible to find cheap or expensive options based on the language of the course. Your third option is buying a self-paced online course. These are the pre-recorded courses and you can watch the videos whenever you have free time. The price of an English self-paced course can be as high as $600. If you are scared of these prices, don't be. Our bestseller self-paced online course in Udemy is a lot cheaper than these prices. Just click on the link below for more information about the course and you will understand what I mean. Thousands of students have already passed their exams by only enrolling in this course, and you can also benefit from this course too. When you start studying for the exam, you may want to purchase the PMBOK guide and the Agile practice guide. As I said a few minutes ago, if you are a PMI member, you will not pay anything for these books. Otherwise, it will cost you around $60 to $70. If you want to buy a study book, it will cost you around $30 to $60. Please note that if the course you sign up for is good enough, then you don't need to buy any study books. So, if you sign up for our course, then you don't need to buy any study books. Finally, to pass the exam, you need to solve as many questions as you can from different sources. This is the key to pass the exam. There are various options on the internet, and some of these sources provide free exam questions and some of them have a price of up to $300. As a result, preparing for the PMP exam may cost you around a few dollars to a few $1,000, depending on your choices. Alright, that's it for now. If you like this video, don't forget to click on the like button below. To not miss any videos about PMP certification in the future, just subscribe to this channel. See you in the next PMP video. Thanks for watching.